Hi Aries, how are you guys? Just want to do a real quick reading. Actually, wasn't planning on doing reading. Sat down to play with some cards. I was actually going to do a Sagittarius reading, but somehow this came through for Aries, and so I feel a pull. Super tired, gonna make it quick, but I just didn't want to leave. I got this coming through for Aries, so let's dive in. It's going to be a love reading, I think. Could apply. You gotta, apply it to whatever. But you got somebody that feels regret. I was asking for personal message from the person. So you've got personal regret. Somebody feels remorse for the way they treated you. External force is intruding. I think you guys know that though. And you need to wait. Don't make a move. The timing is not right. I'm not sure. I don't really feel like I need to pull another one. Oh. I feel like this might be you. Financial challenges are affecting this. I feel like that might be you, and there might be some elements of you beating yourself up over finances, and that might be an area where you need to let go. So if you're feeling you're not good enough because you're not where you want to be financially, I think that might be something you need to let go of. But let's go ahead and lay out a tarot spread. How are you guys? I am so tired. So if you guys have been with me for a while, you know I went through a big crash this past year, last year, and a big realization of, oh my gosh, so much shadow work and dealing with shadows. My shadows were pretending to be okay. It was toxic positivity, burying trauma, and I had to deal with that. So, pretty painful. But we're going to deal with stuff like this on this channel. We're going to be very real on this channel because that's my pull. It's not just tarot. We're going to incorporate healing, hope, the tough stuff, stuff that matters. So you've got the Lovers that's making a decision. Ooh, man. There's an element of reconciliation and a decision. Somebody wants a second chance or is going to. In the recent past, we have Five of Swords, lots of conflict. I feel like there's going to have to be a major element of forgiveness here. This is something that's been very painful, very difficult to deal with, let go. And again, we get an element here with the Hermit of not taking a move, not making a move, seeking enlightenment, growth, personal growth. Oh, you guys might get an apology. Somebody feels guilty. Did I put those back? Yeah, let's keep that out. For letting something else interfere. Timing isn't right though. You've had an inner... Okay, I think the reason this has been so difficult for you is because you've had an inner knowing that things weren't going the way they were supposed to, possibly because of interference. Which is why, Aries, you tried so hard and kept giving. Unequal giving, though. Unequal. Somebody wasn't reciprocating, but you gave more, thinking that that would help balance it out, but I don't feel like it worked. So tarot's advice, if you choose to take it, is move towards, this is Two of Wands. This is a crossroad. It's moving towards what is going to be the best route for you, okay? Regardless of this. So I gotta tell you something really freaky that happened. So I've been going through major, trying to grow and deal, and I've had a lot of imposter syndrome going on where I feel like, who am I kidding? I'm a mess, and here I am trying to teach and questioning everything. My finances hit a really scary place. But I've always been a great manifester. So I just want to tell you this real quick. So I manifested, I wanted to have somebody in my path, come in my path that was like on my level of wanting to help people and, has some spiritual gifts, but isn't ashamed of them or scared, of being judged by them. That's my big thing. I have a safety issue. I realize I had some abuse in my past, had to deal with that, still trying to deal with it, work through it. I'm learning processes that I'm going to share. But so I asked for signs, and sure enough, the universe sent me somebody in my real life that I can feel very comfortable talking to about things, that doesn't judge. And I've got a fear of being judged. And then, because I was shamed as a child, I was never made to feel safe. So I am getting down to the bottom of it, and it boils down to never feeling safe as a child, I met somebody that has been through so much of what I've been through. And then I also came across a spiritual, kind of a wellness coach that teaches all the things that resonate with me, but she also believes, she's also a medium. So she gets the, the weirdness of it, right? So it was like, okay, wow. So this is spirit definitely answering me. And then today, one of her podcasts I was listening to said, said that she asked for signs. So I asked for signs, and you guys, this is the freakiest thing, but I asked for signs, and then I was, I was on a walk, and I was asking for signs, and I, from spirit to help me know I'm on the right path. And, like I have fear that I'm going to lose my house because of money, and I'm going to, I have all this fear, and I was like, am I on the right path? But part of me wants to keep going on this path, even though it's scary financially. I just feel like I'm supposed to keep going on this path, but it's like, am I just burying my head in the sand? Am I going to lose my, what I mean? You don't want to, it's a hard balance. It's like, I feel like intuitively I'm supposed to continue on this path because I do have a pull to reach a lot of people and help a lot of people grow and heal. But at the same time, I have responsibilities, I have kids, I have a house payment, and I was just kept asking for a sign, and I was cleaning. So an hour or so later after I asked for the sign, I was walking, I came home, and this song came on, and it was so bizarre. It just kept repeating this lyric, and I don't know what the real lyric was because I've never heard the song. I don't even know if it's a real song, but it said over and over, it kept saying, "You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday." And because it kept repeating the same lyric is what caught my eye, is what caught my ear. And I was like, what? I started listening closer, and I swear she was singing, "You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday. You're safe Tuesday." And she was saying "you're safe" in my name. And I'm sure that's not the real lyrics of the song, but I'm pretty sure the song wouldn't repeat that same line 20 times either. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then I thought, is that like a telepathic? Is that, is this a message for me that's coming through, clear audience? And so I went to my phone. It had changed songs, and the next song was, it was in a different language. So I don't know what they were saying, but it was called like telepathia. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was so thankful. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those were my signs. So I guess my point is, ask for signs. Ask for signs, and then they'll, signs will come. But Spirit will absolutely partner with you. This inner knowing is something that you've known, and I think that you've known that there was something special here. You've known that there was interference, and that's what made it so hard for you to stop giving attention to it and energy to it. You've got a decision here. I believe this decision is take this person out of it. I couldn't, and I even asked, like, I even asked for some more signs. I just dropped the deck. I asked for some more signs and didn't get them yet. But we'll see. But anyway, I wanted to share that beautiful story with you guys. Just, I mean, amazing. I mean, like over and over and over and over, you're safe Tuesday, you're safe Tuesday. And I was asking, my question was, show me a sign that I'm on the right path. Because, you know, part of me says, go back to your job. Part of me says, if this isn't, you know, making enough to survive on, then it's, you know, you got to stop. But there's also that pull that this is like a very strong purpose for me. And it's not just tarot, it's messages of hope and healing and sharing all my experiences that, and, you know, I study nonstop personal growth and trauma healing processes, and so it's all about helping you guys, but I feel like that's something I can't let go of right now. All right, so you've got 10 of Cups coming, happy ending, happy wife, happy life. So, okay, you're walking away from something. I think it's, you know, I think there's a struggle, an internal struggle of hoping, still hoping for communication from someone. But you're beating it. You're going, okay, yeah, I still want that, but it's not going to be something that holds me back anymore. Yeah, you're leaving that. 2 cards of leaving it. 2 cards of leaving that need. It doesn't mean it's not going to come back. It just means you're not going to let it be a tower. The unknown, not knowing, you're not going to let that be a tower anymore in your life and hold you back. That's what I feel. Can y'all hear my wind chimes? I'm so tired. That's another thing. I'm like going through all this stuff to balance my hormones. And that's at least calming me down and making me feel, you know, like sleepy so I can sleep. I'm actually sleeping now. I went for years without getting more than a couple hours with uninterrupted sleep. That'll make you crazy. Sleep is so important. Also, we get praise for doing things that are really unhealthy for us, like working too much, being too much of a go-getter. So this is cooperation, collaboration, support. I think there might be somebody that's going to help build you up and remind you of your value and your rock star. That you're a rock star in everything you've accomplished. Let's get one card about how this person feels about you, and then I don't want to put too much energy into it. So yeah, it does look like this person looks at you like carefree, and even though I don't know that you have been, but they've maybe feel that that is something that you're growing, an area that you're growing, but also there's new beginning energy, and it looks like communication. It looks like you're going to get communication. So it doesn't, bottom line, you're going to get, this kept coming out too, you're going to get, I'm sure this person is going to come forward eventually and say, you know, I messed up, and but here's the important factor. They need to see you in your element and not sad and lonely, okay? They also may have a fear you may reject them. Their new love offer. Maybe you will. I think you're going to be just really strong to where you don't. So this 5 of Cups is turning around and seeing everything you still have. Love, self-love, self-care, strength, self-control. You've grown, and they're going to see it. Look at that. You're going to be rewarded for this. There might be some tests. Sometimes I feel like the universe may, and I hate, test isn't really the right word, but sometimes the universe will kind of test you to see if you're ready. And if we're not ready for our blessings, one, we'll overlook them. 4 cups. There it is. Oh my gosh, 4 cups. We'll overlook them. We won't even see them because we're too busy focused on negative stuff. We won't even see them. So be open, keep your hands upright, be open, set your intentions, right? But don't rely on the outside forces for your happiness, because everything you need resides inside you. This is independence. You are okay on your own. Be your own cake. You have all the ingredients you need to make a perfect cake. What happened to our focus? Anyway, you got 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Amazing. So big lesson here. The other thing is, if you're not ready for your blessings, you won't even enjoy them. So you keep working on. There's got to be that realization and that growth. You got to get to that growth place of not needing something or someone to feel fulfilled. You're your own cake. Icing is good. This other situation can come in and be icing. Cake with icing is better, maybe, you know, but cake without icing is still good, and you can be the cake without the icing because you have all the ingredients you need. You're the magician. All right, let me pull an oracle. Wow, beautiful. Let's do a growth card. Oh no, moon. Let's do a moon card. Okay. Power. Stay in your power. I'm just going to cut, just where I cut the deck. So power, we had it twice. This is like the strength card. The balancing of the lion and the lamb. This is not cowarding down. It's using wisdom. But this strength card, this person, this energy does not have to engage in toxic energy. When it comes to low vibe situation, you are a peach out of reach. Can't touch you. Okay? That's where we're working. That's what we're working on, going victory and success. Here's the universe. I think it has your back. I do want to pull one of these, even though it told me to pull that. Ooh, abundance. I am in a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in physical reality. You guys, you got to get over this regret thing and understand that no matter what you did or whatever, it was what you were dealing. You did the best you could with what you had to deal with. Doesn't mean you don't need to grow and learn from it, but doesn't beating yourself up. That's a big no-no. You have big opportunities to make money. That was Callie. Callie! I don't know where she is, but she just made a noise. All right, Aries, I love you guys. Let's talk in the comments. I'm so zapped. Oh, interesting. I love myself. I see myself in everyone. I want to read this abundance card. Hope this was helpful. It was like just kind of impromptu. Always remember that you are God, and God is all about creation. So when you start focusing on what you don't have, you put some separation between you and the universe. So we gotta pull that back in, reel that back in. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving. Remember I said hold your hand open, be ready to receive. God says yes, the ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting what you want in life, and enjoy the process. By embracing a positive mindset, you are opening the door to unexpected abundance. It's natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize any thoughts of limitlessness may have come from either a past life or a life condition you have chosen to overcome. They could also originate from programming that you received from an environment you grew up in. We talked about that. I've never felt safe in my life, and I'm having to reprogram my mind to feel safe. And what did that song say? You are safe Tuesday, you are safe Tuesday, you are safe Tuesday. And it sounds insane, I know, but I'm telling you, I turned it up and listened carefully in that she was saying, you're safe Tuesday. Now, is that what the song really says? No, but I was having and I don't really have clear audience, clear audience, but I had a message come through that I do have that ability, and I will be getting clear audience messages. And I'm telling you, that's what was crazy. You are safe Tuesday, you are safe Tuesday, you are safe Tuesday. It was such a blessing. The more you can release limited thinking, the more open you are receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting what you want in life and enjoy the process. By embracing a positive mindset, you are opening the door to unexpected abundance. It's natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize that any thoughts of limitlessness may come from either a past life or a life condition you chose to overcome. They could originate from programming you received from the environment you grew up in and the value systems you were taught when you were young. If you have that money doesn't grow on trees type belief that was fed to you as a child, throw that out the door, write it down and burn it. It is not true. Actually, money does grow on trees. Money is made of paper, and the universe is limitless. There is enough for you and everyone else. Now is the time to begin to live with realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every aspect of your life. When you are in the vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality. Love it. Love you guys. Talk to me in the comments. I'll see you soon. And you guys, if you're not connected or you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. And even if you are, tap the bell, check the bell, make sure it's on, okay, for notifications. Love you guys. Bye.